Hey, we've got a couple of fun beers to try. We're going to do a pale ale comparison.
And I've got Zombie Dust.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've got Pseudo Sue.
These are a couple of widespread beers, 30 states and 19 states.
It's going to be dinosaurs versus zombies. You're not going to want to miss it.
It's time for Beer Guys TV, so grab a cold one and a snack, sit down, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, welcome to Beer Guys TV. We've got a fun one for you on this episode.
It's going to be a heads up brewcast.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Speaking of heads up, we should probably get some things going here, but these are some interesting boxes and designs.
Yeah, I like the lots of art here. We got kind of a couple of spooky ones. We got dinosaurs and zombies, and these are two old goats.
Yeah.
Well, at least one. Sorry, didn't mean to throw you in that same bus.
I'm getting off this bus now.
The wheels go round and round, folks. I thought these would be kind of some fun ones, and they're both pale ales, so they're matched up on the same level. I think they're both single hop brews,
Mm-hmm.
and they're pale ale. We'll talk a little bit more about what that all means.
I think that, especially Pseudo Sue, I always thought Pseudo Sue was an India Pale Ale, but I didn't realize it was just a regular Pale Ale. Zombie Dust says it's an undead Pale Ale.
It's an undead pale ale.
Right. So we'll see if this comes alive later or not. But anyway, I don't know a whole lot about Three Floyds. I've been to Toppling Goliath. You have too.
So have I, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a fun complex to visit.
It's big.
Yeah, it is big.
And a lot of beers on tap.
A lot of beers and a lot of gear.
Oh yeah.
If on the wall we have a Pseudo Sue
That's right.
sign.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yep,
We got one. Yeah,
one over
got
there.
a tacker right there.
Yeah, and I bought a Toppling Goliath shirt. Yeah, I wear that every once in a while when I hit the breweries. It's kind of fun because when I go hit the breweries and I'm wearing that shirt, like the local breweries, people are going, "Hey, you've been to Toppling Goliath? Yeah, I've been there too." And it's kind of a storyteller.
Well, yeah, it kind of opens the door on that. And Carol and I were down there, I think not this past summer, the summer before. We were coming from Wisconsin. I know she really likes some of their beers, so she had nodded out. We're driving down the road.
Sure.
Which she does a lot. But why not? I'm driving, right?
Well, yeah.
So I said, we're in southern Iowa or southern Minnesota. I said, yeah, I'm going to take a left turn here and head south. It's not that far. Decorah is in northeastern Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes, where are we going? And not long after, we start pulling in and she goes, wow. So she was excited, and I was too. And I thought, wow, I didn't realize how big this facility was. And we got in there, and we tried several of the beers. It's a tasting, and then we both picked a pint because we had to drive. We had to kind of quit at that, but I think we grabbed some beer for home, and away we went. But it's a neat place, lots of good beer, and we've had several on the show before.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have plenty more ahead. But this is their kind of one of their mainstays.
Yeah, this is they're well known in these Toppling Goliath is 30 states that they distribute through.
Right. Yep.
Zombie or Three Floyds is 19 states.
Yeah.
But it's pretty widespread. I mean, and this is their mainstay or their kind of flagship beer. Yep. I don't know about Zombie Dust. I don't know a lot about Three Floyds. They're out of Munster, Indiana.
Yeah.
And so we should probably visit them once.
Northern Indiana. We should.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good breweries up that way.
Right.
And it sounds like a road trip in the works.
Yeah.
Because we could almost swing through here too, because it's not that far apart.
Right.
We could make that's a road trip.
Yeah. So let's get started.
Okay.
With these and kind of see what they are. I'll set these aside.
All right. I'll crack open the Pseudo Sue kind of. It's named after the dinosaur.
It is. It's named after the largest set of dinosaur bones found.
Ah.
Yeah. Which is quite interesting. Oh, you tip over your beer.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're kind of cheaping out with these glasses.
Tasting glasses,
and forgive us on those.
Yeah.
But
we'll have a show that talks about the proper glasses.
Look how hazy. That almost looks like a hazy, doesn't it?
It does.
It's not, but it sure looks like one.
Wow.
What we'll do is, I don't know what your thoughts are, Shane, but maybe we could rate these beers like we always do. Try it, buy it, or skip it.
Oh yeah,
and then kind of pick our personal favorites of the two.
For sure, we're gonna pick a winner.
Okay, well,
that's for sure.
It's a heads up. Heads up. That's so clever.
Not a lot of head on this one though.
No. Smells citrusy, and it would get
Oh,
made,
yeah.
made with Citra hops, so it should.
I pick up a lot of grapefruit in this
Oh,
one.
Yep,
Yep.
I would have to agree with that. Um, yeah, it smells
Very
inviting,
pleasant, yes.
refreshing smelling. It says here bitterness in the finish with ferocious hop aromas, like the dinosaur thing. Oh, you went in, did you?
I did. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm not
You
waiting
want to
for
know what
you.
I think already?
Yeah, well.
So this is a pale ale a pale ale is that's kind of your basic lighter ale. British ales were kind of more were a darker malt. They used a darker roasted malt, and then when they started making pale ales, they used a lighter malt, but
Okay.
they're not. So it's a lighter lighter in the flavor, kind of like I guess back in the day that this would be considered their lawnmower beer,
Oh, really? Wow.
even though they didn't mow lawn back
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, so this was the lighter beers before pilsners and lagers came out.
And they're generally just a little bit lighter on the ABV then.
Lighter on the ABV, and they're lighter on the hop. I mean, an IPA is going to give you more hop and more alcohol.
In general.
In
There
general.
are exceptions, but
Right,
yeah, in general. But and that's it depends a lot on how they brew it and what hops and malts and stuff. But in this particular one, they use Citra hop in this one, and it comes in at 5.8% on the ABV and 50 IBUs. So the IBUs are still up there pretty good.
It is.
They're not, but they're well hidden. I mean, they're not. I mean, you get some hop edge, but not like you would with a
Right.
IPA.
I'm getting more of like the aroma of grapefruit. I get a flavor of grapefruit, and at the end, I get that finish of grapefruit.
So it's lots of grapefruit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that finish again, that kind of sticks with you a little bit. That like if you just had some fresh grapefruit in the bowl, and you kind of get that grapefruity finish. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Which
Not
is,
overly sweet.
yeah, no, it's refreshing.
It is actually refreshing. But it's, if you can see it, it's very hazy. And so it is, I would say it's a heavier mouthfeel. You looking
Yeah,
up the beer there?
Yeah, a little bit. I was just going to. One thing I was going to mention too, and I was going to say this earlier. The Toppling Goliath started in Decorah, Iowa, in 2009,
Okay.
and they've grown substantially. They started out as home brewers, and I think Clark and Barbara Louie, they got it going there.
Louis Louis?
Yeah,
Louis Louis?
or Bubble Louie.
Louis.
Not Barbara. I don't know. But
Yeah.
they did real well down there, and they're renowned for their IPAs and barrel aged stouts and
Sure.
stuff. And I do like a couple of their stouts. We had when the German folks were here in the studio, we had was it Rover Truck?
Rover truck, yeah.
Yeah, we had that, and so anyway, but yeah, so there you go. Let me see if I can find out something more about Pseudo Sue here, but yeah, it's I kind of like it. When Carol and I were down there, we had tried. I think we were drinking. I think we were into the stouts. I think they had the morning latte is the one that she really liked. So getting it on tap down there was pretty good. And they have different versions of Pseudo Sue too. They've got a double IPA version of Pseudo Sue.
Yeah.
It's like that. So that's kind of one they've done variations of.
Yep.
But
But this is the straight up.
yep, and it's
Pale
straight
ale.
up pale ale. Yep, and they got a Keiju Sue, which is a triple IPA.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get into that.
So, yeah, and-
King Sue is an imperial.
Yeah.
So-
Imperial IPAs, triple IPA. Triple IPAs is a little bit more hopped.
Yeah,
They're more hoppy. An Imperial is more alcohol.
they got all kinds. They got a peacherine dry hop Pseudo Sue. I mean, they kind of went nuts with the Sue thing, but
Well-
yeah, and that's fine. You know, I mean, yeah, I've had some fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So
So it's the notes I have on this. It says that this beer is a tribute to the largest T-Rex fossil ever discovered. That's what it is.
wasn't me then.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Been called a fossil before, but that's okay. That's okay.
So yeah, and course, Citra is going to give you that grapefruity,
Yeah,
very kind of a tartness.
that's one of your
And,
brother Chad's favorites. Is
Yeah,
the Citra,
yeah,
isn't
he
it?
likes the Citra hops as well.
Yep.
So Pseudo-Sue, that's a very hazy,
Yeah.
very grapefruity, but not. I mean, I guess the hop is what gives you that edge,
Yeah. Right.
but it's not over the top edge.
No. It's not. It's not crazy. It's not that bitter aspirin-y
Right.
type we've talked about. This is just a very grapefruit finish where you get that kind of tingling, and
But
and it's non-filtered, so you're getting that sediment in there, which I don't mind that.
No, it's actually allows you to chew your beer.
That's right. It's a snack at the same time.
Right. Very hop forward. Not much on the malt. The malt, I think the malt is overpowered by the hop.
Yeah.
On this one. So, all right, we'll set that one aside. I'm gonna open up Zombie Dust.
Okay, again, out of Munster, Indiana. Now this one is 6.5% on the ABV. Oh, excuse me, it's kind of tickling my
Innards?
my innards. Yeah.
Tickling your innards. That's what we like to do with beers. Tickle your innards.
That's right. 60 on the IBU. So this one will be a little bit hoppier, apparently. But again, also made with Citra hops. So it is a true, well, it says undead pale ale, but
Undead, yep.
we got kind of a couple of spooky ones we got going on here.
Yeah. So, again, these are kind of a good heads-up comparison because they're brewed with the same hop.
Yep.
They're a pale ale, not an IPA.
Yep.
Kind of in the same realm, but boy,
This one's
way different in color.
yeah, very much darker. So a different malt used there
Yeah.
probably.
This one's hazy as well.
Yeah, a little bit. It is. It
Okay.
smells a little bit different.
It
too.
does.
Not quite so grapefruity.
A little more floral on that. Kind of an in-between citrus. I get citrus and floral at the same time on this one. Way different.
Dry mouthfeel for sure.
Very dry. So this one here, did you mention the ABV IBUs?
6.5% on
Yep.
the ABV with 60 IBUs.
So this one had 40 IBUs. This one had 60.
50 on 50.
Oh, 50 and
Yeah, so
60.
it's got
Okay.
a little more IBU.
So, but yeah, that higher IBU is that more bitter.
Yeah, it is. It's almost if you just picked this up and drank it, I would think it was an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, there's not a drastic difference between a pale ale and IPA. It's very pretty subtle. It's almost a little bit reminds me of stouts and porters. They're really not.
Yeah,
they're
kind of in the same realm.
Yeah, but this is very, very, very similar. But yeah, this one's got a little more pungent taste to it, I would say.
So it kind of gives the back edge of what a grapefruit does, but it's not grapefruit flavor.
Not like that one where it's in the back of the throat where it kind of gives you that tickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't. This one kind of hedges more towards a little bit like that aspirin feel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that bitterness, which is,
Yep.
I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's just something you kind of expect of these type of beers. But
I do get more malt.
yeah, I would agree.
I
on
get
that.
more malt in this one. Yeah, so the this one's known for its intense hop character and a name that kind of pays homage to the comic book industry.
Yeah, and you can see by the illustration on the box,
Yeah.
and even on the can.
Right.
It's colorful. It's kind of fun, but yeah. Yeah. It's got a different body to it. Like I say, I mentioned the mouthfeel is different. It's drier. A little more intense.
It is more intense, but it's also maltier.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty well balanced. I think it's tinge sweeter than Pseudo-Sue.
I think, yeah.
But I think that's because the malt character comes through.
Just a tinge.
A tinge. Good lacing on that.
Yeah, there you go. Especially even on a plastic glass.
Right? That's pretty good. I'm gonna start rating these. I'm gonna give the Zombie Dust a try it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's definitely a try it. It kind of grows on you as you drink it more and more. It's not going to be one that you're going to drink very fast, but it's also not like just a sipper. You're not going to just let it sit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, a try it.
All right, fair enough. For me, skip it. It just doesn't. It's not one I would go out and buy again.
Sure.
There's so many, whether it's a pale ale or an IPA, so many out there that. And it's not that I'm not saying it's a terrible beer.
Right.
Just for me personally, it's just like, this wouldn't be for me. This is not. I will finish this, but I wouldn't rush out and buy it.
Sure.
I wouldn't keep any in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah. We'll just call them as we see them, folks.
Right.
So I think that that'll probably tell us how our heads up is going to go, huh?
Yeah, it might. We'll see here.
I don't know. Yeah, because we haven't rated the other.
We haven't rated the other one yet, so
that's right. We're back to Pseudo Sue here.
Yeah. Hey, while you're enjoying your beverage, remember to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.
Please.
Hit the thumbs up button for us. Leave a comment if you've had either of these. What do you think?
Yeah, or just anything. You have a question, whatever. We reply to all comments, and that helps us out a little bit too. If you don't mind, we appreciate it. So there you go. Appreciate that. And so, okay,
you started that one.
Well, this one, no, I taste this again. I'm back to that tingly bitterness in the back of my throat. I'm like, it's interesting, but this would be a try it for me.
A try it, huh?
Yep. A solid try.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I encourage, if you like IPAs, pale ales, all that. This is worth a try for sure.
Well, for me, it's a buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that you might.
Yeah, and to be honest, I have bought.
Yep.
That.
Sure.
A few times. But I think it's refreshing. It's a nice summer beer.
Yeah.
On a hot summer day, or not even overly hot.
Sure.
Just a warm, sunny summer day.
The sun's out. Have some.
That's right. Hey, it's the color.
Or the sun went down. Have some.
But anyway, I like the grapefruitiness. I like the refreshing flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, like I say, it's bitter. It's very beer. It's not sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it's refreshing. So, yeah, I'll buy it.
All right, so try it and buy it, and we got to try it and skip it. So
yeah, I think by default we kind of picked a winner.
Right.
So between the two, it's Pseudo Sue.
Yeah, hey, you're good in your heads up pale ale comparison.
In the heads up pale ale comparison. So, but that's not to say you shouldn't give Three Floyd's Zombie Dust a try. I mean, maybe you like you like that better. You know, it's up to your taste buds, but our taste buds don't lie to us.
At least not. The funny part is, we could come back tomorrow and we might have a different take on it. Cause
yeah, you never know.
Palate does, but we've done enough of these. We kind of know.
Yeah.
And for me, that's we just try to call them as honest as we can.
That's right.
And that's part of the fun. And so, but yeah, again, if you try it, let us know what you think, and we'll go from there. But this round goes to Pseudo Sue.
Pseudo Sue wins the heads up on this Heads Up Brewcast.
Yeah, well, and that's probably going to wrap it up, huh?
Yep.
And for Mr. Shane over here, I'm Greg, and until next time,
a Pseudo Sue beers to ya.
Chomp. Yeah, that Zombie Dust was scary. Spooked me a little there.
Spooky, huh? Yeah. Big old dinosaur takes
yeah,
the
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It gets me right in the very back of my throat. I don't know what it is.
It's like that happens to me if I have a cold.
Oh, don't say that. No colds wanted. Yeah, thanks, Shane. Yeah. Oh, no. But the zombie dust, yeah, I don't know.
It's an acquired taste.
Mhm. If you were new to these beers, this is not one you would want to start with.
No, you would not want to start with this.
Maybe not even.
You,
really
this
both
would
of them.
scare you.
Yeah, yeah.
This would scare you off.
It would.
There we go.
One look at that box. Ew. Yeah.
If you were new, this would scare you off.
Right, and not even the box of the beer. Oh, sorry. Undead Pale Ale.
Undead.
Oh.